Good Friday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Friday. Starting off, what is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Well, right now we are nice and dry. No rainfall going on throughout the state, and we look relatively nice. If we go in and scroll our way out, though, you can definitely see we have some activity going on. Let's go in and look at the winter weather radar. We have some rainfall that stretches all the way from New Jersey over into parts of Indiana, Illinois, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and stretches this entire region. Snow going on up here in North Dakota, Minnesota, also up here inside of Maine as well. And then everybody else looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Now, in terms of cloud cover, we do in fact have some cloud cover going on. It's relatively clear and relatively very transparent, but or very translucent, I should say. But it very much is not dense really at all, is what I'm trying to say, and not that widespread. And if you go and look at that cloud cover for the future as we move throughout today, look at how clear it's going to be today, going into tonight, going into uh, like early tomorrow morning. Cloud cover will be starting to build back up, but for today, cloud cover definitely isn't going to be that big of a problem today. Current temperatures right now, you have around 66 in Columbia, 64 in Orangeburg, as well as Somerville, 65 in Sumter, and 64 in Florence, 64 Conway, and 64 in Myrtle Beach, 64 Merle's Inland, and 65 in Georgetown. You also have around a good 65 in Charleston, 65 Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, 64 Aiken, and 65 in Greenwood. Even have a good 65 in Union, 63 Gaffney, Spartanburg, Greenville, 64 in Clemson and Anderson. Air quality for today, we have a little bit of a moderate up there inside of the upstate in terms of air quality. Everybody else inside of the good, meaning that you don't have anything else to really watch for. But for up there in the upstate, moderate. Not quite unhealthy for sensitive groups yet. High temperatures for today, you have around 88 in Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, 89 in Columbia, Camden, Sumter, Florence, 87 King Street, Moncks Corner, 81 in Charleston, 83 Georgetown, and 76 in Myrtle Beach, 82 Hilton Head Island, and 87 in Bournwell, Aiken. Greenwood is even included in there, and even around mainly just the mid to upper 80s for everybody, except for maybe the coastal areas. Now, in terms of your winds, sustained winds are going to be around 8 to around 15-ish miles per hour. And they're going to be relatively, I'd say honestly, a bit more on the breezier side, especially once you get to those areas with like 15 plus. And wind gusts are going to be up to around 20, 25 miles per hour. So wind gusts are definitely going to be up a little bit. Now, in terms of your rainfall, 100th of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible for definitely a good amount of areas. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible over there for Chirac. So, I mean, there definitely is a good chance that we could see around a good tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, maybe even a quarter of an inch to a half an inch over here in the northern parts of the state as we move throughout the next 24 hours. Not really for today. I think it's really going to be tonight going into tomorrow. Now, in terms of the crazy score, if you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how crazy the weather is inside the entire state of South Carolina. And right now we are at a 19. Why? Well, mainly because, number one, it's unseasonably hot. It's going to be a bit breezy, near record heat as we go into today. But for the most part, that's really about it. Just winds and just very, very warm. Maybe even try and get to record warmth. SPC outlook for today, obviously, later tonight, thunderstorms are possible with those showers that maybe try to move through. We'll talk more about that tonight. But we're really going to be just watching for that rainfall and seeing how it develops over in the upstate later. Not for today, though. No fire weather is expected, no excessive rainfall is expected, and so let's go and look at the models. Time is at the bottom part of your screen, pay attention to that. But if you start off here at 9 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I mean, even all the way to around 8 o'clock is when we finally start to see maybe a little shower starting to get going finally. That gets going all the way through 10 o'clock in the p.m. But, I mean, again, just very isolated, very light. You're not seeing anything too crazy by this, even by 12 o'clock in the morning, where we're going to end this. You're not seeing anything too crazy. Nice and dry for the majority of us, and a little bit of an isolated shower activity up there in parts of the northern upstate going on to the northern PD areas. And that's about all. Nothing else for me to really say here, except for just it's going to be mostly dry today until you get into around tonight. some rainfall is going to move through, and it's going to be relatively isolated. And we'll talk about, the rest of the night, how that thunderstorm activity will potentially go even further. When will it end? When will it start? We'll talk about that all tonight. So make sure that you're there for that. And I will be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. for your Friday evening forecast update. Also tomorrow morning for your Saturday morning forecast update. Make sure that you are there and make sure you hit those two buttons before you leave. 724 subscribers, trying to get to that main goal of 800.